Let's make sure this is recording. Right, everyone, it's the reviewer here. Hopefully you're all okay. Um, just doing my review on Just Cause 4. Just got through playing it. I completed it last night, and oh my god, it's not good. And I'm going to say why I'm going to do my review on it. I'll start off with a few bits. I'll say right now though, if I'm looking like across a lot, it's because I'm looking at the screen, because I'm currently playing the third one to make up for the fourth one, because the one before it plays, works better, and I'll get into it now. Really, I'll start with the graphics, and I'll work my way through, and they look like the graphics look like downgraded, so it looked like pixelated and dead, like blurry. Like I had to turn the motion blur off, because if I turn the camera too quick, because you can spin the camera around, if I spun it around too quick, you wouldn't see now. I'm driving, you can't see nothing. Like it's all a blur. So first thing I did was turn it off. And I thought, you know what, it's going to make the gameplay, a little bit better. Maybe I'll, notice some more. Nah, everything was lagging in. It wasn't loading up properly at all. It looked, I'm not even going to say it looked, it wasn't finished. I'm hoping it wasn't finished. Because if that's it finished, like, literally, I was driving down the road, cars are appearing. They're appearing out of nowhere, and they looked really bad as well. Like, the damage on the car, you can drive into a car full force. That car flying, yeah, but your car won't be damaged at all. It won't be damaged. It'll be like a little crack in the windscreen. Whereas I'm playing the third one now, and if I crash into another car, the front of it just crumples. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit, but it's kind of, it's better, it's something. And pretty much that's like the graphic side of it is just bad. Like the beards, like oh my god, and the hair, like it just like the eyes. Like you look at cinematic and they've got eyelashes. It looks like they've got, when you get like a glue on eyelash, it looks like they've got eyelashes and glued them on. And then when they're when talking, it's not too bad. You can see with the lip syncs, but the bloody beards, like because he's got a bit of a beard in this. He did in the last one. It looked really good, not as good as mine, but and not as great as mine either. But he did that, and it looked really good. Like you could see all the little bits of hair sticking out and stuff like that. It looked really good. But in this, it looked like, especially with Tom Sheldon's, it looked like dots. It looked like it was like patchy and glued on, but like Play-Doh on, like Play-Doh, and it was bad. And the only thing I will say is when I went underwater, the water physics were terrible. Waterfalls, enough said, like they just looked like they were just squirting out the walls. But when I went underwater, it looked beautiful. I admit, like the lighting underwater was really good. Like I dive bombed under the water because I jumped off the bridge at the beginning, and it failed me, and I realised I had to go all the way back up and complete it first and do the cinematic and get introduced to the characters who I really didn't like. I kind of liked the girl who was helping Rico, but she was just there to tie in with the story, which I'll get into in a minute. But like I say, I jumped into the water once I'd done that mission, thinking it was going to look terrible, and the splash was. But when I was under the water, I was like, "Oh, this actually looks really good." And anyway, that's the graphic side of it. I'll be done with the graphic side. I'm going to get into the gameplay. The main thing that's bad is, well, a few things. I'll start with one thing. They took his guns away. His dual pistols, gone. Grenades, gone. No grenades, no pistol. So that's part of the fun, gone. You have two guns on your back, and the thing is, the real problem with the game is you're going to have ammo so quick, but you can't change that gun, because if you, let's say you get a really good gun unlocked, like you play through it, you complete a base, you get a gun unlocked, you think, oh yeah, I'm going to use that, like you pick up this machine gun, let's say, a different type, you run over to enemy's gun, you get ammo anyway, right, and last one. This one, no, Nah, you have to have that specific gun to get that specific ammo. So the first gun you got with, you pretty much stuck with throughout the whole game, and it's rubbish. It's terrible. Like, has a grenade launcher on the bottom, but it's rubbish. Where you got one that fires out drones, and you can get them in ammo boxes. You get them as you're playing through, but it depends because it's random what appears. You could have a load of rock. You could like have a really good machine gun that fires out these drones that'll follow you and protect you, and they're really handy. Especially when there's like a load of enemies chasing you. Like, yeah, just set a drone down there. And pretty much what happens is, if you kick open one of them boxes thinking, oh yeah, I'll get some more drone ammo, because obviously it'll read you've got that gun. Nah, kicked it open, and it's bumming rocket launcher, this grenade launcher, which was terrible, and this shotgun. Like, I don't use the shotguns on it, like I did on the last one, because the shotgun was unreal on the last one, but this one, no, it was terrible. And so anyway, that's the weapon side of it. I could go on, but I'm not going to. Because I want to go on with a few things before I lose track. And it's pretty much how you take over the map. Oh my god. Like, last one, blow up base and you own it, yeah? So I'm thinking, yeah, right. So I go in here, I'm going to blow up this base, and I'm going to own it, it's going to be mine. And I have all my troops there, and, you know, like the third one, you can go pretty much as soon as you start. If you want to do it the awkward way like I did. Before I even got my blooming wingsuit, I grappled myself along each hill right to the airbase, and it was like military jets and tanks and stuff, and I managed to do that and own that base. So then when I went near that area, there was like rebel troops were flying jets around, blue jets, and blue tanks were everywhere, and it was like, you felt like a bit of a god, really. You felt like this is, you know, just cause experience. But then on the fourth one, if you run to the base, in the middle, let's say you run to hardest base, which is like an airport one, you blow everything up, nothing happens. All you get now is chaos points. So it's like it goes from 1 to 14, and you have to just blow stuff up. If it's got, you know, like their stuff, the enemy stuff, blow them all up. Called Black Hand. Yeah, Black Hand, really. Like, that's not been said a million times, but I'm rolling with it. And I might seem a little bit critical here, but it's because I know they can do better. They did do better. And I don't know what happened to them. Like, I don't know how they've done it so bad. Like, it's a simple thing that works for it, they took away. Took away his guns, took away the map thing. And now it's like a line, so it's like, YouTuber said it well, the video I watched, because I couldn't put my finger on it. It's just like Command and Conquer. Like, there's this one line, and you've got a front line, and you have to move it forward. And that's pretty much like it. And it's boring because Rico is a lone wolf, isn't he? Really, he's not this leader of an army. He's just freeing them. You know, he's not that. He's not. It's like he's. It sounds daft what I'm gonna say, but it's like he's going against what he's fighting for, being with them. Does that make sense? Like, him being a leader, he's taking down the leaders of armies. And now he's a leader of an army. Kind of defeats the objective, but I could go on, but that's me nitpicking. But pretty much, it was terrible. Like I can see where people could enjoy it, because I was enjoying it to start with, and then it got really boring. And I'm gonna get into how you take over a base. You pretty much go in, and you have to protect people, or you have to hack something. And one mission, a storyline mission, I'll say. And I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna plow through it. I'm gonna just spam through it, get it done, and then see how I feel at the end of it. Like, I knew I wasn't going to like it, because the story was terrible as well, and I'll get into that in a minute, but I'll just get on with what I really didn't like is you had to wait. Like, you know, when you have like a wave of enemies, and you got like a little bar going up, and when you don't know if you've played it, and it takes forever. There's one point, 5 minutes, no enemies spawned in. There was like one car, and I was stood there literally with a gun, the first gun of the game, because that's all I could have. Like, this is not just cause. Like, there's barrels you can blow up, and you're thinking, you know, them oil rigs and stuff, you think, oh, blow them up in the last one, because it made sense to blow them up, because it wouldn't spawn back, and it would add to your progression. Whereas this, you can argue it adds to the progression, but it doesn't. It's these blooming points and the rubbish. And then, like I say, you're doing all that, and I found myself stood there just like, wow, this is like, What much did you charge for it when I got it? £80. £80. I think that's more why, but even if it wasn't, I'd still be disappointed. And I'm going to get into the storyline now. The storyline didn't know what it was. It didn't know if it was serious, if it was jokey. Because one minute he's all, I'll take over this base army of chaos, you know, behind me. And then it's, he's like broody, or like hanging over, like, he's like, you know, like on about, you know, when they do that things where they're like, oh, I'm all broody. Oh, and I get it, his dad made a weapon, right? But, weapon, apparently, right, and the story goes on, this is not really a spoiler. But, I'll tell you one thing first, is the villain is so stereotypical. There's two of them. There's a girl, and there's a guy, right? No, they're not together, although, you know, you never know. And again, the agency. They're supplying the Black Hand, they're called, yeah. Supplying them with weapons and stuff, and there's this thing that controls the weather. So I can see why the graphics are downgraded, because you've got tornadoes everywhere, you've got sandstorms, you've got lightning, and I think it's a blizzard. I don't really know, I lost track at the end. I was like, yeah, blizzard. And like I say, you work your way up and you think, right, the cinematics, like I say, looks like got glued on eyelashes, bit beard anyway, and the eyeballs look quite literally coming out. So there's that side of it, and then there's just, like I say, the story's too serious, but it's not, doesn't work. They try and tie his dad into it, you know, like his dad making the weapons I can believe, but I can't, like, I just can't see it being, oh, so the areas that were drought could have, you know, for the better, you know, for the better of mankind scenario. That's not, you know, at the end of the day, this is someone who the agency sent someone to kill. He must have knew what he was doing anyway. I can go on about that forever, but I won't. Pretty much what happened is, it's all, this will be a bit of a spoiler, but not major, but it's the ending. I'm going to just go into the ending to tell you how I feel, and there's one guy, right, before I get into the ending, and all he calls you is Hefe. Hey Hefe, hey Hefe, I'll take you there, Hefe, yeah, I can be like you, and you look at me like, no you can't. But yeah, it's terrible, and the ending of it, it won't be a spoiler, because the ending of it, I'm just going to say, like, it sets up for another one. So it feels like this game is just one big long setup, but it's like a random setup. It's like, I will say what to say at the end, pretty much. He's, first thing that's out of character, he refuses a beer. He refuses a beer. Like, Rico refusing a beer? No. And anyway, that, you know, that was it. I was like 0 out of 10, you know, let him drink. He earned it. But straight away he was like, oh, something is said, you know, the agency, where every other game you played, the agency wanted you to do everything you did, and, you know, they wanted you to kill that guy who killed your parents, which they sent. Anyway, and they wanted you to kill this guy who was working for him and really profitable for them. I'm sure that's what they wanted him to do anyway. So he had this false chat with Sheldon, and next thing you know, it's, oh, we'll take down the agency. And I just looked at the screen like, there's going to be another one? Like, couldn't have took down the agency in this one? They could have cut all that rubbish building up to the towers, and they could have had you halfway through him say that, then go after the agency. But no, they had to drag it out, make a boring story, and they just totally ruined it for me. So anyway, this is my video, my review on it. I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I've said everything I needed to say. If I've missed anything, comment below what you thought of it anyway. If anyone's watching right now, comment below. Tell me how you felt about it. You know, I didn't like it at all, but that's just because I absolutely love the third one. Like, I'm playing it now to make up for the fourth one, like I said. But like I say, if any of you want to comment below, let me know how you felt about it. And if you feel generous, you can leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, take either. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.